Hello, puppy rescuing tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Quest II. You know the intro by now, with me, BlueAnkylo. Sorry, still a little bit getting over a cold, so if I sounded weird for the beginning of this series, blame viruses. Blame viruses. Anyway, so, last episode we did a lot of grinding, I definitely admit. But let's go outside and listen to the cool music that I enjoy. Maybe I'll turn that up a little bit for myself. I did turn it down a little bit for you guys. I feel like it might be a little bit too low. One sec. Sometimes audio balance is like so touchy. It was 26 before, so let's split it. I don't know. Hopefully you can still hear it and it's not like overpowering me too badly. It's weird. Anyway, so last episode we did a bunch of leveling, grinding. We bought some pretty good equipment. We didn't quite max out. We didn't buy a steel shield for BlueAnkylo, but otherwise we're pretty, pimped out. And we did get some, we did a little bit of story. We traveled down southwest of that town of name whose I have forgotten. And more importantly, we visited, you know what, I bet you Rolando can kill one of those Drakies. Yeah. So we'll use some super speed to speed this up a little bit. But yeah, we visited Moonbrook, where the princess we were looking for, but that's what started the whole plot, basically, no big deal. And we did talk to some ghost spirits, and there was I guess a ghost king or something like that. And some guards gave us some tips that maybe if we could find the Mirror of Ra, we could save the Princess of Moonbrook, who is apparently now a dog. And I guess that's what we're going to go try to do. But I think they said east, and I'm going west, so I think I've already messed it up. I'm going to see what's in this shrine thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is blocked if we're not supposed to go this way yet. But let's test this out. Or we'll cross and be immediately killed by super strong enemies. So you are Prince Blue of... This is supposed to be Middenholm, I think. And Prince Rolando of Canuck, I believe it's supposed to be. Take a look at you. I can see that you could use some more training. Get out of here, kids. You're way too weak. You two are descendants of Erdrick. Go save the princess. She's your cousin, so you should probably keep her alive. Yeah, okay. Just a bit of a plot wall there, no big deal. So yeah, okay, I went totally the wrong way. As I do. But it just gives us the opportunity to spend some more time together. I think trying to kill the Drakies that can cast Sap on us is probably a good idea. We don't have a lot of defense, but cutting that in half is pretty bad. Especially early on, where we don't have a lot of HP or just general healing items and MP and stuff like that. So. Now, it's fairly likely that I'm going to discover that this is a dead end, and what we're going to have to do is go back to the last town and take that really narrow sort of route along the coast. And I bet you, now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably how we're going to get to the tower that has the Mirror of Ra in it. Because I bet you this is all going to be a dead end here. Oh, look! That's probably the tower right there. Hopefully you guys don't mind a little bit of super speed now and then. I think I turned it up a little bit faster than I had it in Dragon Quest 1. Just because at the end of Dragon Quest 1, where we had to specifically grind for the ability to kill the Dragon Lord, I specifically, well, it was going to take a while, so we sped things up even faster than normal. In fact, seeing as I'm thinking about it, and I sort of messed this up earlier on, as much as I like the super speed, yeah, I think I meant to be on, like, triple speed, not times 6. So it still goes a lot faster, but it's not quite so insane. Okay, yeah, so we have to go, yeah, sorry. This is good exploration. Might as well go back to the inn and recover our MP and all that. The return spell is pretty costly in this game. I think... Oh no, it's only 6. That's not bad. I thought it cost more than that. Yeah, 6 is fine. Still, we don't have a lot of total MP, so... There we go. Now when I hold the super speed button down, it doesn't quite mess up the music as badly and all that. I think I'm happier like that. So anyway, let's go the correct direction, which is this long around the edge of the map travel. Now we should be able, like, if I could manually target, Blue would be strong enough to kill one of these in one hit, and I think Rolando could kill one in 2 hits. So we could actually have sort of cut a turn off if, you know, I attacked one with full HP, Rolando attacked one, and then I attacked a third one while he hit one for the second time. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would probably have been better, but unfortunately, we don't have that kind of fine-grained control. There's the bridge we're looking for. But, at least we can control his combat. Like, I actually haven't really looked around, but it seems there might not be even an AI option in this game to let the party sort of follow their own AI or set, like all Dragon Warrior 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, I think all the original ones, and even the newer ones, like 11 just came out not too long ago for me, and all that stuff. I think they pretty much all have options and various settings for the AI to control your party members. So they will focus on healing, or use all their MP to attack, or, you know, this or that, essentially, no big deal. But the remake here actually doesn't have, it appears it does not have any automatic AI control, which I think is just unusual. Like, the original game was like only AI control except for your main hero, so everybody else just did what they wanted to do, which was a very frustrating thing when people wouldn't heal you when you needed to be healed, or cast the wrong spell, or wasted their MP. So adding in the ability to manually control them was certainly a perk. I don't remember exactly when that got added in. Maybe 3 or 4, like on the NES, 3 or 4 was when they started adding in manual party control options, at least. But even then, I'm not sure. It could have been Super Nintendo with 5. I feel bad because I don't know the exact... Maybe someone in the comments will let me know, but... anyway, I'm pretty sure this game specifically, you know, it's known for being very difficult, and a large part of that is because of sort of automatic AI. So anyway, the idea here being on the Super Nintendo, we don't have to worry about that. There's still a little bit of lack of control where, you know, inside an enemy group you can't individually target which enemy, so you lose a little bit of, like, optimization, I guess. But, like, it's not that bad. I still think we'll focus down the Cobras first, because they poison a lot. And that's MP that we don't want to spend. One thing that I didn't do before we went on our trip here is stack up some medical herbs and antidote herbs, because I maybe should have done that. This is a long hike, and we're still not at the tower yet, which we are now. But point is, I still had to burn through a fair bit of Rolando's MP and our total health just to get here, and I could have stacked up some healing. Probably should have. We'll see what happens. This is our first sort of real dungeon, and it's still not that big if I remember correctly. And maybe we'll have some good treasure in here. Oh, good. We found a medical herb. Just what I needed. So if I remember correctly, this is something that becomes a lot more common in the future NES and Super Nintendo Dragon Quest games. But this is, I believe, the first dungeon that has sort of vertical levels where you can drop back up and down on them rather than just taking staircases. That's an acceptable level up. Strength and speed. Poor HP growth, but... Alright, rats are nothing to stress out about. Yeah, stuff like that we'll just fast forward through by now. Even without level grinding, these kind of enemies aren't really what I was worried about. The poison is going to be frustrating. Possibly an argument to try to run away from the Cobras. Because, you know, eventually we'll run out of antidote MP. So maybe I should save his MP as much as I can and use whatever herbs they drop. So this way I have the option of using the MP for either healing or antidoting. I guess we both could have focused on the Magician to stop any spell casting, but Should be fine. The zombies are pretty tanky. They seem to have the most HP of anything we fought, but not terribly dangerous offensively. Alright, so there's the cloak. They talked to us about trying to get that. Although that's no Mirror of Ra. Checking the corners here. Alright, get out of here, living dead. Oh, look! Mysterious guard up on the north side of the tower. Okay. And then this takes us back, I expect? Yeah. So I don't think we've missed any sort of... any, splits in the path yet. A treasure on the left side of this floor. Another staircase up. So I'm betting probably one more up is where it starts splitting into different drop-off points. Oh, stop spell. Well, that's not too bad. As long as there's nothing else that's doing a ton of damage to us, not being able to cast magic in this situation doesn't really matter much. And what do we get? Leather armor. Well, it's worth money. Was there anything, like, right and up, or should I just be taking the stair? Well... okay, I bet you can drop off the very top here. I think that's what we're going to do. See if this takes me where I think it will. Nope! All the way down. Well, that'll teach me. Also could have brought holy water, I suppose, which would have given us some options for less encounter rate. Alright, well, I guess we'll go one floor higher then. Maybe just go right to the top? I don't know. Explore it from the top down. Holy smokes. These are all dead ends, though. Right? Like, all of these staircases are just going to lead to empty rooms. Okay, so we need to go somewhere else other than just up the middle. What do you think? If anything, it's bottom right. Doesn't look good on this floor either. Okay. Let's try this floor. Doesn't look particularly good here either. Nope. I'm going everywhere wrong first. Unless there's, like, walls you can walk through, which I really hope there isn't. So was it this? This was the floor we dropped down off of. Okay. Did I drop off in the wrong direction? Is it supposed to be to the right, not up? A different kind of centipede. The last one was an armored... well, some sort of armored centipede. This guy is much stronger. Maybe I should use a fireball. Yep. I should definitely kill this thing right now. Alright. Should have started with a fireball. Could have saved us some damage. Maybe just run from those guys next. Well, we're going to have to spend some more MP healing, I think. Yes, yes. Alright, that'll have to do for now. So... well, what am I missing in here? There wasn't anything else on the ground floor, was there? Maybe there was like some stairs far off to the right or something. I thought I was being very thorough, but... it seems the top of it, if you go up to the center staircase, doesn't get you anything. Oh, sneaky corner stairs. There we go. You start from here. I should have noticed that the stairs went up and down. Don't you agree that you should watch your step when walking along the edge? Yeah, I think that makes sense. Thanks, random dude on a tower. Alright. So that cloak is like... yeah. It's just, yeah. You know. Good job, Rolando. You got yourself a crit as well. It looks like the rats can't even damage us, or barely can damage us. I like the backgrounds. The Super Nintendo definitely upgraded the graphics a fair bit from the NES version. So the sort of, you know, the tower raising up into the sky looks a lot nicer than... I'm sure it looks nicer than it used to on the NES version. Not that these games look terrible on the NES. It's just, I mean, gotta be honest, like, hardware wasn't the same. Alright, well, clearly the center staircase was just a troll. We either go up or we go right and up. Looks very dangerous. It's even more dangerous where you take like half steps. And the original you just took one step at a time always, so. Alright. Just double up on the sap. Or the enemy, you know what I mean, the enemy that can sap you. Nobody else can hurt us as long as we have our full defense. Although I say that, I realize Rolando's taking some heat. He should be getting a level up fairly soon, I think. What did he? He learned stop spell at the or return at the last level. I'd be surprised if he gets any more spells, but if he could get some stats, I'd be happy. All right, here we found something. You found the wind mantle. Can we equip it? No. Well, we got a helmet slot. Oh, it's an accessory slot. Oh, you can equip it. Sure. There you go. I don't know if it gave us any stats. You'd have to... It didn't say. It just said question mark, question mark. Maybe it gave you a little bit of agility or something. I couldn't... We were told by one of the strangers, one of the weirdos in town, that that should allow us to glide if we hop off of hop down from a high place. So perhaps if we hop off the tower at the top, we'll get somewhere different, maybe? Or something completely different. But we're really here for the Mirror of Ra. We're not terribly much worried about this cloak just yet. Mirror of Ra becomes a very recurring item in the Dragon Quest series. Dragon Quest II is the beginning of a lot of recurring items and themes in the series. Obviously, Dragon Quest I started the whole Erdrick legendary armor stuff. But, I think this is the first instance of the goddess Rubis as well. Which becomes a recurring kind of deity in the series. That even won't take too long to meet her, actually, if I remember correctly. What else is kind of recurring? Well, I don't want to spoil it, but the big bad boss hiding behind one big bad boss for the finale. That became, like, super tropey as we got later on into the NES and Super NES RPGs. Just checking top corner here. How many Super Nintendo games had, you know, one big bad boss, and then you beat him, and then you're, oh, actually, there was another one that was actually pulling the strings. Like, every Final Fantasy from 4 to still everyone, all of them. So that's a prayer ring. That is certainly not a Mirror of Ra. So, I don't know if it does anything. I'm going to give it to Rolando. And we're going to see if he can equip it. Iron Spear, Chainmail, Leather Shield, Helmet. No accessory. Maybe I should see if Blue can actually equip it. It's possible it's not something you can equip. Prayer Ring is the sort of thing that I would assume would recover a little bit of MP if you used it in battle, maybe. But they also may have renamed some of the items in this fan translation so that it's something that I don't recognize. So no equipping anyway. Okay, and no hopping off the tower on that floor. So... We could hop off on this floor. Or we could go to that sort of special spot. I don't know if it really was special, though, where I hopped down earlier. You know what? This is probably fine. Okay. It only put us a couple squares away from the castle, or the tower anyway. So... Maybe there's nothing to do here yet. I do think we need to get south past this mountain, though. And I kind of thought hopping off the top of the tower was the way to get across, but... Well, to be fair, there is still 1 or 2 more things we can do before we give up on finding the Mirror of Ra. I should probably go talk to people again and actually pay attention, rather than just blind faith myself. So let's go back to the last town anyway. I'm pretty sure we got everything we could in that tower. So let's have a revisit here. See if anyone tells me anything that I should have noticed. Also, we got lots of money. We may as well buy the shield, I guess. Yeah, it's me. You were a servant. We talked about you. That doesn't help. Moonpita. I guess it's near Moonbrooks. That might be the right name. Alright, so there you go. A cloak that lets you float through the sky. When you put on that cloak and jump from a high place, you can float for a short time. Now, I don't know where we're going to do that, but we've got that part of the quest done. We've been to Moonbrook Castle. Let's go by, I don't think there's any new equipment other than the shield for these 2 guys. Yeah, alright. Pretty expensive. Yeah, may as well equip it. That should max out our stats for the moment. And we've got kind of spare money at this point anyway. Until we finally get the princess to join, obviously, and then we'll spend lots of money on her. Alright. Let's continue. So is there anyone else that could give us tips? We've got the lottery guy, the guy that explains the lottery? Yeah, I don't care. Got a little girl. Oh, the vault. Thanks, little girl. This is this X or the next level and save guy. They actually didn't connect them to the church guy yet, so that's kind of interesting. Orlando's about to get a level up. May as well save it. Alright, and there's the mysterious dog that is probably the princess. Joins up as soon as we get him. I don't... It's not like the dog is in the inventory. I'm just curious what happens if we use this. Nothing happened. That's great. Okay. Good start. I'm so ashamed of myself. I was very frightened when I fled from the castle. By now, Moonbrook Castle is... Oh, Linda! Princess Linda, hey? Well, okay, so let's go back. Remember, there's a couple areas we haven't really been to. I'm just gonna sort of auto-battle through the... Maybe I should just run, but I'll try to just go fast through the combat, and I'll just hold fast forward here. But we're gonna go back to our hometown of... supposed to be Middenhall, Blue's starting castle, and one of the old mysterious sage men told us that we should go back and go to some shrine south of there. So let's maybe do that. Also, Rolando's father, that king, did say he wanted to meet him before he left, I think. I'm not sure if the kings are going to say a whole lot more when we visit them. And there is also sort of a side quest. We've been sort of tipped off a little bit about a thief that was locked up. And if you know anything about Dragon Quest games, you probably are familiar with the fact that there's going to be keys that open locked doors. So perhaps there's a thief's key that we could get. But usually it takes a little while before you get that kind of stuff. Like this door here. Sure is locked. I think this was the guy that told us the monolith south of Laurasia. Okay, that's where we want to go. Laurasia is Middenhall. Now I haven't really been west of here either, so we've kind of got west of here, and then north of here is the other princess, Rolando's kingdom. I guess I'll keep killing things. I don't know if it's faster to select flee now. We're not really getting any significant amount of experience. You know what? Let's test out... Just take a second here to buy a holy water if they sell any. They don't sell figures. Is there anything in this town? I don't think there's anything in this town we could possibly do now. Until we get a key, that is. Yeah, Sumultra was Connacht or something, the Scottish, vaguely Scottish castle. We don't really get the cool accents until the DS re-releases of all the Dragon Quest games, where they go hard on every kingdom having its own kind of dialect. Different set of remakes. Okay, so I wanted to come back to this castle. Didn't take us too long. So yeah, there's another dog here. It's a happy dog. Let's see. It's dangerous alone. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Yeah, okay, thanks. Let's go talk to our dad. Maybe he's got some tips for us. Hahaha. You've returned safely, Prince Blue. Oh, you know the prince that's standing right behind me? Alright, you're not gonna help me. No. We will always... That's a very dangerous command. If you don't save it, and then you don't continue, then you lose your progress. Yeah. A couple locked doors here, that doesn't really help us. Okay. So just continue our exploration. We never really went this way at the beginning because I was scared. And I was just trying to quickly recruit the prince, so... Let's see what's down here. Strong enemies. When you're level 1, specters would murder you. So, would not have been a very safe walk this way. Also, I did realize that Rolando's like 40 experience off of a level up, so... Maybe he'll learn the repel spell or something, which would be quite nice. Alright, what do we got here? A locked door. Ah, I've been awaiting your arrival. Prince, let me tell you something. There are 2 kinds of keys. A gold key and a silver key. And 2 types of doors to match. First, you should find the silver key. There's a rumor that says it's hidden inside the Lake Cave, west of Sumultria. Well, I guess we could try to find the silver key then. I was going to go to Sumultria next, because that's the one where the thief was locked up that they were hinting at. But I'll check out the east coast here first, although this should just take us to the Bravery Cave, if we stay along the east coast of this continent. Yeah. Well, no, but, I mean, can't get there anyway. Something to remember for later. Also, why would they call it a Hoimi slime? That's clearly a healing slime. Healer slime. We call them Healies. There's our Poison Lake, which means to the up and right is just the Bravery Spring. You know what I mean. This is good. Gotta level up. A little bit of strength, bit of speed, decent HP, and some MP. Okay. Well, I may have done everything completely out of order in this game, but that's kind of the thing about Dragon Quest II, is it's still pretty open world. I mean, they limit your full freedom. You can't just go anywhere. Obviously, they don't want you to just walk somewhere and die. Dragon Quest I didn't really have a lot of areas you couldn't walk to if you didn't want to. But Dragon Quest II was a little bit carefuler about limiting you from areas that will just completely kill you, so you can't just go to the most high experience fights in the game right at the beginning. Okay, might as well heal up. We'll do a little bit more chatting. Just see if we can get any more tips other than this this cave with the silver key. Yeah, we already heard about that. The prince is weak. We get it. Oh, this guy's not going to sell anything good, right? Do I have anything to sell, though? I've been getting... No, I've already sold all my armor. Good, good. Okay, so maybe if we can talk to one of these guys with our super speed, they can give us a tip. Hey kid, I'll tell you something good. Get the silver key! With that one key, you'll be able to open all silver edge doors. That's a great tip. The world will be destroyed soon anyway, but it still isn't right to steal. Oh well. That's not gonna help me. Alright, let's go say hello to the princess. Oh, elder brother, please take me with you. You're useless. Wow. Wow, he's terrible. Get out of here, sis. We're gonna go get the other princess. You're not invited. Oh, it's you. Alright, we're not grinding right now. That's way too much experience to get another level up. And this was like the prince's bedroom. Alright. I did hear that in the original Japanese version, he had a slightly different personality than in the North American release. Originally, he was supposed to be kind of a fun, carefree guy. And then in the North American version, he was a little bit more of a... kind of like an intellectual, like a little bit more studying and kind of reserved. Rather than a boisterous, fun-loving... I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, we're going west. We didn't really go west yet, so let's go west. Look, a cave. Let's do it. Maybe we should have gone here before we went to Moonbrook. If this cave is safer than the tower, then we probably should have gone here first, basically. I'm starting a dungeon 31 minutes into an episode. Agility seeds. That's also something I like. I'm just going to use them on blue for the most part. Let's see. Speed 33, speed 36. So Rolando is so far a little bit faster. There's probably some arguments to speed up the healer, so the healer can go before the enemies. But I'm greedy. I want all the advantages for my main hero. 2. It probably is 2 to 4 like usual, and you could probably save it and reload till you got the best random number, but... we don't do that on this channel very often. It has to be a... Well, this is a tough game, don't get me wrong. This is a very difficult, challenging game, so, this is almost the right kind of game to actually do a little bit of save scummy reload tricks like that. Lottery tickets, great. You got a scratch and win. Alright, well, maybe, if you're playing along, you should consider coming to get this key in this cave before you go heading down to Moonbrook. Because we probably could have cut off a bit of the grinding for the steel armor if we'd come here first. A relatively easy dungeon, where we could save up some money, get a couple level ups before we went straight to the giant monkey land. Assuming there is a key down here, and they're not just wasting my time. Lots of treasure, anyway. You found the Nut of Life. Yeah, you guys know. Now, extra HP I will use on Rolando, because he's got kind of low HP, and that was a good gain. I think it's 4 to 6 on those ones, so that was good luck. But yeah, he's got a lot lower HP growth than Blue, and I definitely want him to stay alive. He's got less defense, less HP, so... Definitely more important for him to get defenses bolstered, so that he doesn't... Well, he can keep healing and everything. If anyone gets the Zing spell or the Revive, it'll be him. Usually the main hero does get some amount of magic. Kind of a cross between electric and healing magic later on in the Dragon Quest series. It's possible that Dragon Quest II is the only one where the main hero gets literally no magic at all. Because they usually have a specific class of fighter, warrior type thing that is just a stat character, no abilities. And the heroes are almost always a cross between good stats and some healing and some offense. Kind of like Erdrick. But, I could be wrong. I'm just kind of thinking that this might be the only game where the front runner, the main hero, isn't a multi-class. And I think the idea was mostly just like the blood of Erdrick has sort of been diluted a little bit. It used to be one character had all the powers, but now it's split between three different focuses: offense, defense, and physical. All right, Silver Key. Now, traditionally in these early Dragon Quest games, the return spell does not work while you are in a cave. You need the outside spell. I guess we could test, but I would be very surprised if this works. Yeah, you always hit your head on the roof. Okay, well, this wasn't a very difficult dungeon. I totally could have done this earlier. But it's cool. You basically got to see me do 2 dungeons. We did sequence breaking. We sequence broke. I might have to go back to Moonbrook Castle to get the directions to the Mirror of Ra, because like I've kind of forgotten where I was supposed to go for them. This way, I think, and we'll be free. I feel a little bit bad because we're doing a lot of battles that don't give us any substantial amount of progress that I could have done before all that grinding last episode. So I apologize. I did things a little bit out of order. It's more realistic though. This is how Dragon Quest II tends to go. Unless you're very familiar with the game, it's pretty easy to get mixed up. I'm just going to do the final west side of this continent explore, just in case there's something that I've missed. Before we go back to the castles, probably next episode we'll go check what doors we can open with those keys. We'll save that for next ep. But for now, just check the west coast here. We got super speed. I think I did a little bit of grinding just to the right here. Couple episodes ago. Right around here we did a couple fights. Anything in the middle? Didn't really. Because just to the right should be the teleporter down to, the underground passageway to Moonbrook. And is this anything? This should just lead us back to Canuck, I think. Essentially. And I know the names are confusing because they have a different name in... Oh, there's that. Okay, so I got a little bit turned around. I just want to follow the coastline here just to make sure this is the same desert. I feel like I need to upgrade my mental map a little bit. Yeah, I was just right here in this, and I just missed... Yeah, I just did a loop-de-loop for no real reason. We went to the left and around this lake, and then just came back down here. Okay. No problem. Yeah. It's not a big continent, but the encounter rate is so high, it's easy to get sort of mixed up on where you're going. It's just a high encounter rate, no world map. That's sensible. Okay, well let's end the episode here. We did 2 dungeons, we got a key, we got a cloak, we got a ring. We're gonna next episode do some quick back traveling to check out any doors we can find and see if we can find anything useful. And then we'll head back down, end up at Moonbrook, and I guess try to figure out where the Mirror of Ra actually is, because we just did everything else except for getting the mirror. Yeah. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next episode for more Dragon Quest II.